Dr. Fix-A-Lot, I want to thank you for seeing me on such short notice. I really feel like I need to share my issues with someone impartial.
Well, yes, sir, Mr. It says here, Mr. Rising, Mr. Terra Rising. Is that your name?
Yeah, just call me Ty.
Ty.
Thank you. Yeah, just call me thank you.
Well, sir, that seems to be hitting upon some psychological feelings, some subtext. What do you want me to thank you for?
I just kind of wish that people would thank me for all the wrestlers I've put into a promotion that have had an opportunity to exceed with their matches and do some great wrestling in front of all the fans of the world.
Well, sir, is this a part of your problem, Mr. Terra Rising? I'm sorry, TY?
Well, I just feel like my efforts have not been fully appreciated.
What do you mean, sir? What efforts? Please expand.
I'm trying to. I put together the most awesome roster and arsenal of talent. I took the top guys in every country, and I got them visas and passports, and I set them up in Florida, and we had these great shows.
What do you mean, sir? What do you mean shows? What was it a dinner theater group? What are you talking about?
No, professional wrestling. We had we had rock bands, and we had all these big things on Friday nights and Saturday nights, and it was the most awesome thing. And we had only 5 matches a show, and we had North American title matches and NXT title matches and tag team title matches, and the matches would go long. They'd go 30, 35 minutes, and the crowd, we love this and fight forever, and oh my God, it was so great. It was like the best Lenny concert, like the best Motorhead concert ever.
But sir, what happened? What happened to all these wonderful times?
My father-in-law!
What do you mean, sir? What does your father-in-law have to do?
He screwed it all up! My father-in-law and this jerk with a fucking potato face and this fat boy that came in and they ruined everything, and they took a big red marker and they ran it through my whole talent roster, and they said vanilla midget, fat fuck, vanilla midget, and they fired all my talent.
Well, TY,
thank you.
TY, I don't understand. How could these outside forces destroy what you created? I mean, if it was your show and you had a special bond to all the fans of your show, how could anyone else destroy it?
It was never mine to begin with.
Please expand.
The only reason I ever had the talents that I had under my command.
Yes, please expand.
Is because
Yes?
I married the boss's daughter.
Oh my. TY. Well, what do you mean?
I used to have this wonderful girl in my life. She was just like me. She loved to train. She loved to work out. She loved to get a pump.
And what happened, TY?
I got caught up in a storyline.
What's a storyline, sir?
It's too hard to explain, but I got caught up with the boss's daughter, and before you knew it, fiction became fact, and we were a thing, me and the boss's daughter.
What happened to your muscle girl, Ty?
It's so painful to say.
Please expand.
Well, she got fired from the company.
Really? Because of you and her breaking up?
Well, I don't know.
Really?
Okay. Then she got into a little bit of drugs.
Oh, that must have been very tough for you.
Well, I kind of blocked it out. I compartmentalized it at the time. A friend of mine started dating her.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, well, not so much.
And then what happened to her?
Well, she did some pornography.
Oh my! How traumatic!
Well, I mean, girl's got to make a living somehow, and she was no longer with the company.
Oh, so she turned to a life of porn. Then what happened to her?
It's really painful to say.
Well, please. That's why we're here, Ty. What happened?
She died.
What?
She passed on.
I'm so sorry to hear that. That must have caused you to have some moment of reflection, to pause and to contemplate your actions and how it might have led to that result.
Not really. I just kind of, we had another show to do.
I see. Now, getting back to you and your relationship with your father-in-law, it seems like this is causing you some frustration because what you'd like to do and how you'd like to run your aspect of entertainment seems to be being stifled by your father-in-law. Now, how come he has so much power over you?
Well, you see, he's got a lot of money.
A lot of money? How much?
Oh, he's got billions.
And what does he do with all his money?
Well, he runs a business.
And what else?
Well, he funds the Trump administration.
Oh, really? Interesting. And that must be quite interesting.
Oh, yeah, well, he does events and he got his wife a job with Trump, and a pretty, mutually beneficial relationship.
And how do you feel about the Trump administration condoning the January 6th riots that almost overturned our society? How does that make you feel?
I don't know.
It doesn't make you feel a little guilty that your father-in-law, with all his money, funded the Trump administration, which led to the January 6th riots, which almost overthrew our government? That does not make you feel good.
No, I just concentrate on my wrestling shows. I'm so mad because they're almost thinking about.
Take a breath.
I need some water.
Well, I don't have any water right now. Please tell me what you're upset about, Ty.
They're thinking about firing Gargano and Ciampa. And those guys mean so much.
What do you mean they mean so much?
They sold out 5 pay-per-views in a row.
Well, what's the problem? Why would they?
Because they're vanilla midgets. That's what they tell me. They're vanilla midgets. And they need young and big. And I don't know what to do.
Well, it sounds like, Ty, maybe you just need to leave the situation. Just go on.
I can't.
It sounds like you need to go on vacation.
I can't. It's my family. My family, I'm stuck.
Well, what do you mean you're stuck? You can always just leave.
No. I've got 3 daughters now. And they're all depending on me. Because their grandfather's a crazy old fucking man.
Well, Ty, I just don't know what to say. I mean, this is... I've got some medications I can give you. I've got some pills that'll maybe take the sting off it.
Oh, Sting! I beat Sting, and I feel so guilty.
What are you talking about? You're talking about the Rock performer Sting? The wrestler. Oh, the wrestler. He's a great WCW wrestler. I heard he retired. He beat Ric Flair at the last Nitro, and then he went off into the sunset, right? No. We brought him back. Oh, you brought him back? Well, that must have been very exciting because I'm sure Sting had a big match. Because who did he wrestle? The Undertaker guy, right? You had him wrestle the Undertaker at a WrestleMania? No. But that would have been so exciting. Sting versus the Undertaker with the undefeated streak on the line. That would have been something all the pro wrestling fans would have enjoyed, right, Ty? No, you see, we had the Undertaker lose. You couldn't have done that. The Undertaker losing, that would have been such an idiotic move, right, Ty? No, we had him lose to Brock Lesnar. Oh, Brock Lesnar. Didn't he submit in the Ultimate Fighting Championship to an armbar? You couldn't possibly have the mighty Undertaker lose to Brock Lesnar, right? Well, we did. Well, okay, it's a big, stupid, idiotic move. But since Brock Lesnar's a pretty tough guy, and since probably no other wrestler had beaten him recently, well, what do you mean? Well, somebody beat him. You mean somebody beat him after he beat The Undertaker? No, before. What do you mean before? That would make no sense. Well, who beat him before? Who? I beat him. I beat Brock Lesnar. Well, you probably just beat him at some house show in Poughkeepsie that nobody saw, right? Ty? No. I beat him in a WrestleMania myself. Oh, come on. That's so silly. That would make no sense. You beat Brock Lesnar, and then after you beat him in a WrestleMania, Brock Lesnar beat The Undertaker and ruined the streak, and you never had The Undertaker versus Sting. Is that what you're saying? Okay, so when Sting came into the company, it wasn't as good, but you still had Sting versus The Undertaker, right? No, we had The Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt. I think I've heard of that Bray Wyatt guy. Whatever happened to him? Whatever died. So what happened when you wrestled Sting? Sting, he must have beat you. He made you submit to the Scorpion Deathlock. Then he went on to have a big title match, right? Well, not exactly. Well, exactly what happened? I beat Sting. Oh, my God, that's horrendous. I know it's a shameful thing that I did. And what, did you just have a nice, clean wrestling match, and you beat him 1, 2, 3? No, we had Hulk Hogan come in, and Hall and Nash and X-Pac, and then, well, at least you didn't have the New Age Outlaws come in. Oh, no, we brought them in, too. They needed a paycheck. Oh, God. What an abysmal match. At least you didn't have Shawn Michaels super kick Sting in the face at the end of the match, right? Okay, so you beat Sting. But then you get to have Sting somehow recoup and somehow get a world title match against the hot young prospect Seth Rollins, right? That's what happened, right? Yeah. And you let Sting, maybe he had a nice clean match. It was a big headline event at a pay-per-view. It was a Clash of Champions. Oh, my God. Clash of the Champions? Clash of the Champions? That old free WCW show? No, it's a network pay-per-view now. Oh, okay. And what happened that night? You had a whole big match. Sting versus Seth Rollins, one-on-one. Well, first Seth Rollins lost to John Cena. Well, that's unusual. Why would Seth Rollins lose to John Cena? Well, first he had to lose the U.S. title in the earlier show. Wait a minute. This was like the night before in some house show, or the week before on a Raw? You're saying that he lost to John Cena before the match with Sting? No, on the same night. Okay. So then what happened when Seth Rollins wrestled Sting? It was a good, clean match, right? Well, kind of. I mean, Sting got a little hurt. But how old was Sting at this time? I don't know, 58, 59. And how did he get hurt? Well, Seth did a buckle bomb. And wait a minute, the buckle bomb? I heard that move paralyzes people and cripples them.
Well, sort of. Okay. So what happened? Well, Sting lost and Seth went over. Oh, okay. Well, that seems to make a whole lot of sense, doesn't it, Ty? Well, at the time it seemed to. I mean, we're under a lot of pressure. We're under a lot of pressure to put together some good sports entertainment. Ty, it seems like you're at a crisis point. It seems like the integrity that you say that you don't have. It seems like the company that you work for is a waste of your time. What can we do to help you? I've been thinking. Thinking about what? I've been thinking about what, Ty? Talk to me. I've been thinking about going to Jacksonville. Going to Jacksonville and showing up under a hood. What's a hood? Is this some type of a mask? Just coming into that company. Just coming in. They'll never see it coming. I'll put on my little mask. And I'll come out. And I'll say, it's me. I'm the son-in-law. I'm the masked son-in-law. And I'm here to take my throne. Because I want wrestling the way it should be again. I'm tired of being a meat puppet in the McMeat puppet family. I want to reclaim my integrity. So I'm going to put on a mask of shame. Ashamed of all the things I've done. Ashamed of all the things I've been privy to. All the backdoor dealings. All the cliques. All the poolside chats. All the burials of talent. I'm ashamed of my life. I'm ashamed of my family. And I'm here to redeem myself in Jacksonville.